Up next, our new HLIFX USS Grissom board. Hey everybody, it's Kenny Conklin from HobbyLinkInternational.com and welcome to another video. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the notification icon. This way you know when all of our live streams are up, our regular build videos, reviews, and also when we announce our new products. So today we're going to be talking about our USS Grissom board that we just came out with, which will be on sale right after this video. We have 7 in stock, and then we'll have another, I think it is 20 or 25 by the end of the week, so you'll be able to grab yours. A few people asked us, why are we putting out the Grissom board way before the kit comes out? Well, there is the 1/1000 scale kit, and I think there is another resin kit, so it's not just meant for the board, or excuse me, the kit that's coming out. It's meant for anything that you can do the Grissom with. The other thing is we're trying to keep these at a price point that's affordable to you. That's why we're kind of getting it out there early, because we know other boards are definitely going to come out and you're probably going to get charged $40, $60, $80 or above $100, and we don't want to see you guys spending a lot of money for a very simple board. The USS Grissom actually, if you go with the Canon feature, only has a blinker on there, or I should say a strobe light on there. Everything else is static. Your inside lighting, there's no nacelles, and your nav lights would be static. So this one is actually timed to the movie. We sat down, we watched Star Trek 3, timed everything over and over and over again to make sure that the blink rate was correct. Let's not talk about this little board that's in my hand anymore. I'm going to bring you over to the demo board and show you the modes that this can do. So here's the Oberth class starship, the Grissom. So the board does 3 different types of effects, and I'm going to take you through those effects right now. These are just for demonstration purposes only. I found these pictures online and I just went by the lighting they had, so this may not be correct. It's just to give you an idea of what you can do with the board itself. We're going to be able to do 3 different type of effects with this board, and we're going to start with the first one. This would be your Canon shot. The ship itself doesn't have any nacelle lighting. The navigations are all just solid on, and then you have your strobes. Your inside lighting would also be solid on. The thing with this board is we sat down, we watched Star Trek 3, and we made sure that we have the timing correct for your strobe lights here. Also, I'm going to show you something else when we go over to the next set of effects that we can do with this. So again, it's just 4 different views. You have the forward view, the aft view, the dorsal view, and the top view of the ship. And you can see how the strobes and the navigation sit on there. So I'm going to bring you in for a closer look for the rest of the video, just of the forward and the aft one, because the top and the bottom view you can basically see here. These views are a little better than these. So let's get a little closer and show you these. Here's your forward view of the ship. Again, this is just in Canon mode. If you're going to do Canon mode, you're going to just wire your inside lighting and your navigations directly to power. You don't have to worry about anything on the board. The only pins that you will use on the board when you do this mode is you're going to use your V in and your ground. This way you could get power to the board, and you're going to use the B portion of the board where it's marked B on the back of the board, and that's for your strobes. And again, these strobes were counted, sat there, made sure that everything was right, and they're accurate to the show. So I'm going to bring you down to the rear. This way you can see the impulse engine. And here's the aft view of the ship. Again, this is going to be in your Canon mode. So static on navigation, your lights inside would be static on, and if you watch the movie and scene, the impulse engine is actually just static on, and it's kind of a blob just in the middle. And the only thing that will be flashing is your blinker lights. So all this can be done on the board easily, because most of it would be just steady power. And like I said before, the B slot on the board is where you're going to use your strobes, and you can easily do this. So let me take you over to the next mode of the board. This is the next effect on the board. As you can see, now you have flashing strobes down the middle. You also have flashing navigation lights on the side. We know this is not Canon, but as model builder ourselves, we know that not everybody builds Canon versions of the ships, and sometimes they want extra winky blinkies on it. So what we did was, if you use pins A, B, and C, you'll get your strobe lights, and you'll also get your navigational lights over here, and they'll be blinking on and off. There's also one more portion to this when I get down to the aft engine. When you hook up A, B, and C, this is how it'll all look. What we did was, again, this is all timed to Star Trek 3. Now, the interesting thing about Star Trek 3 is that the ships we see, the refit that's battle damaged, the NX-2000 and the Grissom, they're all timed the same. All of the strobe lights are timed the same, and all the navigational lights are timed the same. And as Spence was saying in the other video, from Star Trek movie to Star Trek movie, timings on strobes and navigational lights change. But fortunate for us, in Star Trek 3, they all stay the same. So this board, you can actually use if you're doing a battle damaged refit. You can use this setting here, it would be correct. Or if you're going to do an NX-2000, you can also use this, it'll be correct. And with the NX-2000, there's no nacelle lighting on that one either, so all you would need is this board. So it's not just made for the Grissom, it's actually a multi-functioning, multi-model board for only $20. Let me bring you down to the aft section and show you the next part when you hook up A, B, and C as your first version of effects. Now onto the aft section. Again, strobe's going off, your navigation is going off. Again, this isn't canon. This is just added winky blinkies for you guys that want to enhance your builds a little more instead of having static lighting. What we did was, when you hook up the board with the A, B, and C pins being used, hopefully you can see it on the camera right now that the impulse engine is actually fading in and out or doing a pulsating effect. So the ship may be moving at a slower speed with this pulse here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to zoom in so hopefully you can see this pulse a little bit better than what it is far away. But it was interesting, before I go on, last night I had this board running to test it, and I was standing outside. I was about 25 feet away, and I was able to see this pulsing action and the next effect. So you can see it from pretty far away when it's not on camera. But let me zoom in and try to give you a better look at that. And here's your impulse engines again. Hopefully you can see that ramping up and down. You can see it getting a little brighter there, and then it should ramp down in a little bit. You'll see it get dimmer and brighter. This way it gives it that effect that it's doing something. They're actually moving. They may be moving at a slower speed or something like that. But next up, I'm going to show you the next effect, and the next effect will explain that a little bit. It's not a hard thing to do. So let me set it up and jump on over there. And our last effect here, you can see the impulse engines are now flickering. So it gives it that effect like it's moving a little faster. And this is very easy to do. There's a hole marked D on the board where you're going to solder your wire. And all you're going to do is jumper that right to ground, and it won't have that pulsing up and down effect anymore. It'll have this flickering effect. So you get 3 different ways you can do your ship on one board, and you can also use it for the NX-2000 or a refit that's been battle damaged. When I do mine, and I'll do videos on it, I plan on setting this board up with switches. This way I can change it from mode to mode to mode. I'll be able to do the canon mode. I'll be able to do the first mode with the impulses that are pulsing up and down, and I'll be able to do this mode. If you have any questions about the board, you can always get a hold of me, and if I don't have the answer, Tommy, Paul, and Spence usually have the answer and will always help you out. So don't be afraid to email me or contact anybody. We're always willing to help you out. We're fellow modelers, and that's what we do. We help each other out. So that's our HLIFX 002 board, which has the Grissom programming on it. And the other cool thing about it is you don't have to use it for the Grissom. If you have an NX-2000 that you want to build, you can use it for that. Or if you're building a battle damaged refit, you can also use it for that, which is pretty cool. I know I went through this pretty quickly. We'll have a comprehensive set of instructions on the site once you buy the little board here. And if you do have any questions, you know I'm always around. You can hit me up here on YouTube, or you can find me over at the community.hobbylinkinternational.com, or everybody has my email. Email me anytime. I'm always glad to help, and if I don't have the answer, I'll get it from Tom, Spence, or Paul. And don't forget, HobbyLink International boards are made by modelers. for modelers, if you can't tell. We're not out here to take advantage of you at all. We want to make sure that you have a quality board for a quality price, and we'll keep that guarantee. These boards, actually, I forgot to tell you, have a 10-year warranty on them. They are reverse power protected, so if you decide, or not decide, if you accidentally put your power in wrong, there's no problem with that. You just flip the power, and that's how we designed them since our very first board. So hopefully come over to right here, shop.hobbylinkinternational.com. Be one of the first 7 to get these, and then by the end of the week we'll have more. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. And one more thing before I go, if you have any suggestions or ideas for new boards, just throw it in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. It's always great hearing from you guys. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you soon. Take care, and bye-bye.